There's a lot of messaging on social media or in real life that makes successful women feel like they're never going to find love with a man who respects and adores her for one reason or another, right? The reasons are endless. And this video is going to feel really good to you because I'm going to hand over my critical thinking glasses to you and show you what's really true. Because, girl, if there's anyone who should feel empowered in their dating journey to finding real love that lasts, let's face it, that's you. And it feels good to hear that, doesn't it? And it feels good because it's true. And so here's a truth bomb for you. When things feel bad to you, it's because they are not in alignment with your truth. Okay, so let's jump into annoying, self-sabotaging myth number 1 and myth blast it into truth. You'll find love when you're not looking. This advice tends to be delivered by someone quite smug who found their life partner in their 20s and is completely unaware of what the modern dating scene is actually like. The reason this advice is so offensive is because it makes you out to be super desperate, which you're not, and it gaslights the fact that you're already living an incredible life, right? Your career is climbing, your social life is thriving, you're very much focused on yourself as there's nothing else to truly focus on anyway, let's be honest. And you're taking advantage of this single time to become your best self. Research has proved time and time again that the mental health of single women is off the charts high when compared to any other relationship status demographic, right? With single men at the bottom because, babe, they need us. So when people give you this advice, it also shows you that they don't get that you're actually not so desperate to be in a relationship, because otherwise you would have already been in one that destroys your entire mental health already and you would have accepted the first man that came along. No. Instead, you shopped around, you did your due diligence, you said no to codependency and unhealthy toxic relationship dynamics, right? Which when you watch any reality TV show about relationships, all you're being presented with are enmeshed, unhealthy, emotionally immature dynamics. Well done for you for saying no to all of that rubbish. I see you, okay? It's not easy to say no when the whole world is pressuring you to say yes to something that isn't right for you. You're amazing, and you hereby have my permission to give anyone who gives you this ridiculous advice a quiet middle finger in your mind, because we're not reacting to stuff like that anymore, okay? So when someone gives you this advice, at worst it's condescending and at best it's completely inaccurate. Okay, let's reframe this, because on this channel, we're all about improving our lives and not dwelling in the negativity that doesn't move us forward. And by the way, if that aligns with your vibe, do not forget to hit subscribe to make this vibe of empowerment in your dating journey to love not only a normality for you, but did you know that when you hit subscribe, you send this content to other women who might be sitting in their living room thinking, how the hell am I going to make this dating journey work for me? Subscribe and send her your love letter to join us. Let's stick together, ladies. Okay, so firstly, congrats for still putting intentional effort into dating and looking for love. And the trick here is, just as I've said, it's to keep your energy open to finding love, to invite opportunities in, and most importantly, to know what do you want and what do you not want, right? Not being afraid to say no to the things that you don't align with, and being intentional. Be intentional with your dating efforts and make sure they are in alignment with your end goal, finding the right man for life partnership or marriage. Anything that doesn't fall within your intentions, drop it and do not invest time in it. It might feel harsh the first or second time that you do it, but this is the key to achieving something that's important to you in life. It's being laser sharp focused on what you do want, and anything that falls outside of that is not something you invest your time or energy in. The second part of looking for love in an effective way is detachment. It's the energy that drives your action. We've all been in a place in life where we just really want the relationship, and we can't help but notice that we don't have it in our lives. And we think about it and we fixate on it, and it makes us feel unworthy and anxious. I have definitely been there, and I know what it feels like. I see it in my clients, and I'll tell you from personal experience, that energy just drives the wrong actions and bad decisions, and it runs the show without you even being aware of it. Girl, get rid of that energy. I know you're not really desperate, but honestly, it's only natural, isn't it, to feel the desire of wanting life in partnership with a man. Isn't it just a human thing to want? We're not designed to be alone and hyper-functioning. There's nothing wrong with you for feeling that way, right? And wanting the relationship, but do not let the energy run the show. Because I promise you, it's not going to take you to any good men or any good relationships. Okay, let's myth bust BS dating advice number 2. If a woman is single in her 30s and beyond, she is the least likely demographic to get married. Incorrect. This isn't a fact, it's a fear narrative. It's not that your chances of marriage drop after 30. I'm laughing because it's so wrong, right? It's that the old timeline is gone. In fact, it's actually one of the most common decades to meet a long-term partner. What's changed isn't your chances, it's the timing. And I can see this timing getting pushed into the 40s and beyond now, right? Because when you're older, you just know yourself better and you're just more emotionally refined. So your chances definitely do improve. And if you're open to learning, improving and changing what's not working for you, then why wouldn't your dating life and relationship life improve? Right now, you're watching this video, you're trying to help yourself. Congrats. You're awesome, right? Not only are you helping yourself by watching this video, but I see it in my coaching practice every day. Literally every day, women overcome their blocks and go on to attract a love that is not just an upgrade to their past situationship, but it's a freaking alternative reality to anything they've ever experienced before. Your journey deserves the time you need. No rush, no pressure. It's all about you and learning about you. But you will get there. You will find your person. Look at how confident I am. Okay? But you need to keep doing the things that make you feel better, give you a better clarity and understanding about yourself, your needs, your patterns, and yes, keep dating and experiencing and taking the data from those experiences and learning. And if you combine that with the mindset I talked about earlier, detachment and openness to finding love, can't you also see how non-brainer it is that you will find that soulmate connection in time? Just keep doing the work, it's working. When you do the self-work to educate yourself emotionally and it gives you that power, it gives you that skill set, right? It basically means that when a man with real potential does come along, it becomes your choice. And this is a phenomenon I see with my clients, and it's something that I've experienced myself, right? Where once, maybe we were getting rejected by men who honestly, like my clients, they honestly weren't even that excited about these men, right? And then she suddenly became incredibly desirable to the men who were exciting to her. And it can feel very surreal at first. And that leads me on to myth bust reframe number 3. The woman is the chooser in dating and the man is the chooser for marriage. Ever heard that one? It's inaccurate. Let's unpack this. And by the way, if a man ever says that to you, run away. The truth is that the woman is the chooser and she has actually always been the chooser when her energy is in true alignment with herself. And I'll explain this one a bit deeper so you really get it. The woman's role in relationship is the gatekeeper, and this role is always present in all connections, but in particular in early dating when connection dynamics are getting set up. This is why you have to be at ease with saying the word no, because that's quite literally what gatekeeping is. It's literally how you create polarity, sexual polarity, safety, and intimacy. The most obvious gatekeeper role you have is with physical intimacy. Your consent is everything. And remember, let's circle back to the beginning about being intentional. If you're being intentional, starting physical intimacy is going to take having some data points first on the new man you're dating, and ideally have some agreed conversation about the things you're looking for and what he feels he can commit to and give before you take that next very exciting but very important step in your relationship. But it's also the natural dynamics, right, of masculine and feminine energy. It's a no until the woman says yes. Would you like to go on a date? Yes or no? Will you marry me? Yes or no? It's set up that way for a reason. It's because you are the gatekeeper, because a woman and her energy and her body and her heart is something precious to preserve. And the right man for you will only want to come into your life and keep you safe and protect you and preserve you. And if the only way he can do that for you is by you saying no to something, he's going to be so thankful to you for saying no and doing your job of being the gatekeeper. It turns men on also, and it also increases safety for them in connection because they know that they can trust you to set your boundaries, which means that it increases your value in their perception. You become top shelf because he knows that when you say yes, it's a deeply considered yes, and he's a very special person for that, right? So you're not the woman who goes along with the flow. You are the flow. And that's hot. This gets into feminine and masculine energy territory and dating. And believe me, there is so much BS being taught under the veil of masculine and feminine energy. Would you like me to create a video on how to navigate the masculine and feminine polarity in dating to keep your connections not only hot, but to position yourself as the chooser in dating? Let me know in the comments. The idea that you are an old, decrepit crone just waiting for a man to show interest in you is a lie you've been brainwashed to believe, right? And once you actually start dating in a way where you hold your value and your intentions, nothing could be further from the truth, right? You're going to love this next myth bust. Men are intimidated by successful, powerful women. Oh my God, this one. Okay, let's reframe this too. As they bloody should be. There are so many men out there looking for equals, and this part might not be so romantic, okay? But hear me out anyway. So many men, rather than being a provider, so let me clarify that before you all come at me, okay? It's not that they don't want to take care of you and nurture you. But if he's falling in love with you, he's naturally going to take that masculine polarity role, right? By doing things to improve your life. And some of these things are going to feel really bizarre and unhelpful to you. But his intention is there to help you, right? But even a provider energy man may have a preference to build with a woman as well. He doesn't want to build the kingdom and you come along and get in it. He wants to build it with you. He wants to have the life adventure with you. He wants to play the game of life with you. So many men want to build a life with you. And that requires a successful and independent woman that can bring something to the equation. And guess what, girl? You have all those skills. He wants your opinion. He wants to sound things out with you. He actually looks up to you. He trusts your intuition. He wants a leader of the feminine world. You're his sage. He's not looking for a little girl to follow him around. And even if he thinks he does want that, right? And all his exes in the past have been like go with the flow type energies. Many men want to be with a woman they respect, adore, and yes, look up to. I have seen this with all the men in my life, the men in my family, my male friends, the men I've dated, the good ones anyway, right? They care about what you think. They like that you're strong. They find that super sexy about you. They think to themselves, God damn, I've actually met my match, and this is scary, exhilarating, and exciting at the same time. Think carefully back to your experiences. You've definitely experienced this, but here's the thing. With a lot of us successful type of women, we sometimes, especially when we're younger and we don't know better, we fall into our masculine energy, and that's when we start just doing too much, right? The feminine energy is the world of emotions. So that man who adores your success won't need you to actually do anything for him financially, physically, emotionally. You don't need to be his therapist or his cheerleader. He just wants to admire you. He just wants to be there and exist in your world. He likes being around you. He doesn't want you to hide your strength or your success and pretend to be small. He wants you to shine, and he just wants to take you in, right? He wants to do whatever he can to make you more powerful, if anything. This is the masculine and feminine dynamic. Ask anyone who teaches Tantra. Look at Hindu texts where the concept of masculine and feminine actually originates from. And this is the only definition you will find. So go ahead and shine, queen. You've earned it and you deserve it. And if a man can't handle it, let him run away. Just open the door. Just open the door and let him run away, right? So another warrior man can just walk on by him as he's running out that door and take his place, right? Because that warrior man just wants to make you even greater, okay? So if that feels too woo for you, then let me ground it with this story. I had so many men say to me on the dating apps, wow, What's it like dating as a successful independent woman? It must be so hard for you. And what do you think I said back? Absolutely nothing, because let's circle back to the mindset we talked about in the beginning. Laser focus on what you want, and all the rest of it just goes completely unseen. You do not invest your time, emotions, or energy into anything that isn't beneficial for your future. And a disempowered man is definitely not in your best interest. Okay. And I obviously saved the game changer for last. So here is inaccurate myth number 5. My life will be complete and I can finally relax when I found the one. Now, this is genuinely what I used to think. And because my experiences of relationship had always been so draining and stressful, like I would lose myself quite quickly in the relationship. And I would actually just let people pull me into their energy flow. I wasn't being the flow. I was getting dragged into their flow, because men can be very excited in the beginning and they drag you into their flow, right? And remember, you're supposed to be the gatekeeper and you're supposed to be setting your boundaries and checking internally what feels good to you, right? And I would just feel so drained, mentally and emotionally exhausted from just trying to make it work with the wrong men who just were not showing up and doing their part of the emotional work. And this belief, very quietly in the background, kept me in avoidance of dating and relationship, because I had only ever had completely draining and misaligned relationships, right? And so I, in addition, subconsciously picked men who were super avoidant, because they would never really ask much of me back. And then I would feel rejected and abandoned and like, why don't you like me? And why don't you want to message me? And like, you're never really around. It's because I couldn't handle a man who was actually emotionally available. So I had to subconsciously pick someone who only wanted to be there part-time, right? When you finally meet a man and enter a relationship that clearly has strong future potential, it's important that you don't repeat the mistakes from the past where you gave too much and fell into your masculine, doing all the emotional labor. And you want to have upskilled yourself with emotional skills that completely reset the relationship dynamic to something that actually nurtures you. If you're curious what those relationship skills are, I will be giving you all of them in the next video in this playlist. So don't forget to subscribe if you want that one as soon as it comes out. But ultimately, going back to the myth I used to say, which was basically, once I've met the one, I can start. Do you know, I literally used to say, once I've met the one, I can start my book list. Or once I've met the one, I can really focus on my gym routine. Focus on it all now, girl, because you're no longer in the game of putting yourself second. You want to be putting yourself first at all times. And when we talk about getting into your future lifetime relationship, that's a whole different track from being single. You see, being single is awesome. I loved being single. And if I end up back there again, I will adore being single. It is an amazing and whole way to experience life, just the way it is. You don't need a man to live a fulfilling life at all. But if you desire lifetime partnership or marriage, that's just a completely different game with a completely different skill set. Women tend to have fully mastered single and found their happiness in single before they meet the man. And so when you do meet him, you actually expand your identity as a woman, not better or worse or superior or inferior to being single. It's just a different skill set, because now you've got this other complicated human creature in your world. And it's a different vibe. You're not always on your own getting everything your way and like having all of that freedom, and it can be triggering. And healthy relationship is a life experience that should enable you to expand and grow in your own relationship skills and in your own self and in your own identity and become more. You should be becoming more in relationship, not less. The work never actually stops, okay? But the work doesn't have to be painful and scary and laced with abandonment trauma. It can be fulfilling and inspiring, and it can help you to see yourself in a completely different light. And for me anyway, it made me embody the identity of being me in new and different exciting ways. But ultimately, the myth that the work stops is rubbish. Every choice you make in life involves an adventure and a skill set. Happy couples usually embody a skill set of how to nurture and make a relationship beautiful and expansive. And you can learn those skill sets now as a single woman, because guess what? That very same skill set is the one that is required in dating. Okay, so I hope you're now feeling super pepped up, positive, and energized about dating and about the fact that you absolutely will meet the man of your life. Just look at the confidence I have for you in that, right? You really will. Just keep doing the work and all good things are coming to you. And if you're feeling good about dating and your prospects of finding a man where life partnership is a possibility, the next question you might ask yourself is, if my dating strategy was informed by the wrong set of beliefs before, what should my new set of beliefs be? And here's a clincher: how can I actually believe them? And I've got you, sis, and I'm answering that in the next video. Click it to find out. With so much love.